Okay, so let's dive into creating offers for your next level client. I'd like to shift your perspective a little bit on creating offers in general and the approach to creating offers when you want to attract people who are not beginners, who are more advanced on their journey. And I'd like to show you the way that I look at it and how I've been doing it to attract people who are further along on their journey. So first and foremost, your dream client wants to learn the way that you love to teach. That is what makes them your dream client. So when you're in flow, they benefit the most. Like that is the belief. And I'm betting money that your best offers are the ones where you let yourself lead and flow and teach and deliver the way you love to the most. And this is essentially why we start our businesses. Being a leader for next level clients comes with the embodiment of doing things our way without constantly doubting or questioning how we want to do it. So we decide, execute, and trust that our dream client wants the exact offer we want to sell, which from experience, I will tell you, they do. You have the power to shape your business according to your vision. And the more advanced clients are attracted to your power and you owning that power loud and proud. Like that is one of the reasons they will hire you, because they see you owning the fuck out of what you want to do and how you want to do it. And they will see you leading with that, and they will want that kind of mentor by their side. So when you're creating your offer suite, I really encourage you to lead with that energy. Or when you're creating any offer, if you're in a pivot and you're like recreating your offer suite, you're changing things, leading with that energy is what is going to attract those clients. The confidence, the fact that you're the expert, then you know what you're doing, and you creating your offers in flow is going to benefit both you and your clients. When you leave room for doubt and questioning and wanting to bend over backwards for people, that is when you attract people who will try to cross your boundaries, who will try to be the boss of you, who will not see you as an authority, or who will question your authority because they will see those cracks. They will feel those energy leaks, and they will naturally just feel like they can go in and demand. High caliber clients want someone who can lead them, not somebody who's going to be wavering. So it's your job to step up and raise the standards. And that's what I mean when I say raise the standard. What are your standards for the offers you want to be creating now, and how do you want to be leading them? It's not up to your clients to decide that. It's up to you to decide and then get the clients you want in the door. And I can promise you, with the way the coaching industry, the personal development industry is growing right now, and the amount of people who are entering the industry every single day, and the amount of people who are buying mentorship and coaching and personal development and courses every single day, there are people who want what you're selling. So strategically speaking, your high-level client will have different needs and desires than a beginner. So this goes for all of your offers at all price points, from low to high ticket. And your ability to understand and cater to those needs is a testament to your insight. And this is so important. When creating an offer suite for a more advanced client, the price does not determine the topic. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. So this is the shift. If you're creating a $37 workshop, it doesn't mean that you're creating it on a basic ass topic for a beginner audience. It means you're zooming in on a single specific problem that your high-level client is interested in solving, while allowing them to get to know and trust you at a no-brainer price. You're using a strategic offer to gain more customers and upgrade them into bigger offers once they see that you're the right mentor for them. So the price isn't low ticket because the offer is basic or for beginners. The price is low ticket because it allows for an easy way to gain more customers at a low barrier to entry into your world. It's a different way of looking at offers. We're not using low ticket to make a fuck ton of money. I mean, technically you could if you've got the volume. Most businesses won't have the volume for that. You really do need a lot of people in your audience to monetize low ticket to make decent money. We're using low ticket to get customers. This is a different approach. Why do we need customers? Because most high ticket clients are going to want to dip a toe because there is a pipeline that we're creating here. Most people determine the price based on the complexity of the concept or the amount of access they get to the coach. So they think low ticket means basic shit, mid ticket, more advanced, high ticket, most advanced, and lots of access. Now, where this model goes wrong, if you're charging more for more access, you're still selling your time for money, which is not scalable. And technically, yes, like if you're doing a $37 offer, nobody's expecting you to give everybody all the access, of course. But like I said, it's not low ticket because there isn't access. The low ticket strategy means we're creating a pipeline. It's very strategic. It can still be a very high level problem, a complex problem we're solving, but it's zoomed in. We're focusing on one very specific thing that your high level client is interested in. Why? Because your high ticket, high level clients will often come through a low ticket to high ticket pipeline, which means they will want to dip their toe in your world first. And if the concepts you break down and a lower mid-level offer don't apply to them, they may decide your work isn't for them, even if they love your vibe or your content. Which is why every offer in your offer suite at every price point should be created for the client you want to work with. Every offer should match the conversations you want to have, the problems you want to solve, and the results you're the best at helping people get. Your offers need to rely on your magic, your zone of genius, what you are the best at, and what you love to do the most. That's when you'll experience the easiest sales, the most money, and the best results for both you and your clients. You don't need to have offers for people at different levels. You can and you should focus solely on the client you want to work with throughout every offer. This could be different clients at different points in their journey, if that makes sense for you. But it can also only be one type of client if that's your desire. So if we're looking at the low ticket offer, for example, you can break down a very specific problem in a low ticket masterclass, a low ticket workshop. And it can be a complex problem, like, for example, how to have your first 100K month, how to have your first 50K month, like what leads up to that, or like content that attracts a high level client, like specifically Facebook posts that attract the attention of high level clients. Break it down in a workshop. But then that is going to attract people. For example, Facebook posts that are going to attract your next $50,000 client. Like, a beginner's probably not going to be, well, they might be interested, but realistically, somebody who's going to sell a $50,000 offer needs to have at least some experience. They need to have some longevity in their business. They need to have something to sell for $50,000. So if we're selling a workshop on the content strategy to sell your $50,000 offer, or to get 5 clients in your $50,000 offer, you're going to get people who have something to sell for $50,000. So you're going to break it down in a workshop and then upsell people from that workshop into probably an upgrade, I don't know, $5,000 container, maybe a one-to-one, maybe a mastermind, maybe a VIP day that is a lot more expensive. That is going to walk them through the process of perhaps crafting a really great $50,000 offer, maybe selling a $50,000 offer, maybe both. But the way that you're creating the low ticket offer is basically helping them understand who you are, experience learning from you, being in your world, paying you. Maybe that's their first time they're swiping their card with you. The first sale is the most difficult. This low ticket offer is gaining customers. Because once somebody pays you, is in your world, experiences you, and understands who you are and what it's like to work with you and trusts you, it's so much easier for them to then buy from you again and again. And it's honestly your job to upgrade them into the next container and into the next container that makes sense for them. But if that high ticket client sees your low ticket offers and they're all basic and foundational and for beginners, they might buy them just because they want to experience you. But it's going to be difficult for them to upgrade if they feel like your work isn't even for them because you think that low ticket means basic or mid ticket means a little bit more advanced, and only the high ticket one-to-one means like advanced. That's bullshit. It's outdated. It's not real. It's not a real business model. Unless you want to have beginners at the low ticket, like kind of advanced people in the middle, but then nobody's going to be upgrading because those beginners are not going to become advanced from one low ticket offer that you have for them. And those advanced people are not going to become like super experts at 7 figures from that one mid ticket offer that you have for them. So you really have to think about your customer journey when you're building out your offer suite. And to me, it never made sense that you have low ticket offers for beginners and mid ticket offers for people who are a bit more advanced, because technically you think like, well, they can pay me because they're a bit more advanced. And like the high ticket offers are for the people who are a lot more advanced. That doesn't make much sense to me, and it never made sense to me. And it usually doesn't create a flow of customers through your offer suite, which is what should be happening, because we should be aiming at lifetime value. Your customer lifetime value is the metric you need to be looking at. So like, how much money are people spending inside your business? And the advanced client, the client who is invested in their growth, who wants to invest in themselves, wants to spend money with you. At least they should want to. They should buy one offer and be like, I want to spend more money with this person. These are your best clients. The clients who will want to drop money on whatever you sell. So you want to wow them from the low ticket offer, from the $37, $17, $7, like however low you want to go. It really doesn't honestly fucking matter. What matters is they enter your world and they are wowed. And you are speaking to them in every offer in your offer suite. Which is why being focused really pays. Like, it pays to work within your zone of genius. It pays to work within what is magical about you. And it pays to make every offer about what makes you special. And yes, that could be many different things, but things that ultimately make sense and lead from one to the next. So if I'm making a low ticket offer about content that attracts the attention of people who want to buy my 50K offer, then the upgrade should probably be something that is the logical next step. And not about losing 50 pounds. So it is really important to think strategically about how you create your offer suite, because your offer suite needs to be a very logical journey for your clients so they want to continue being in your world and buying from you. So every offer needs to be made with your advanced client in mind. You do not need to have offers for people at different levels. This is a myth. So the simplest way that I look at an offer is this. What problem am I solving inside the space? What result is my client going to get at the end? And how are we going to get there? Like, what do we need to shift? And then I think about what kind of container makes sense for this. Because honestly, like, offers are spaces where we solve problems for clients. However, different kinds of offers serve a different purpose. And I'm going to go over how I look at different kinds of offers and like what I do and don't do inside them, so you can take a look at your own and see how you can maybe shift the way you look at different offers and what kind of purpose they serve in your business in relation to advanced clients, next level clients, dream clients. But this is what's important. Always choosing the kind of container, deliverables, length of time, structure, which I always get these questions like, how long should my offer be? I don't know. How long should it be? What deliverables should it have? I don't know. What deliverables should it have? You are the expert. If you want to work with advanced clients, you should not be asking these questions. That's another shift. Because if you want to work with people who are advanced, who know their shit, who are experts at what they do already, you need to show the fuck up as the expert. So you need to know how long it should be. How long do you need? How long do you need to help this client? What kind of deliverables do you need to make available inside the space to help this client? What kind of structure would make sense for this work that you're an expert at to help this client? There are no right or wrong answers here. If you want to work with advanced clients, you've got to start trusting yourself and you've got to act like the motherfucking expert. This is not the time where you are going to be asking questions like, how long should it be? I don't fucking know. There is no right answer here. There is no wrong answer here. Like, this is a question for you. How long do you need? How long do you think your client needs? What feels right for this kind of work? What makes sense based on your experience? You're the expert. If you feel like you are the right person to work with an advanced client, to work with a high caliber client, to work with a successful client, hell, to work with a multimillionaire, to work with a millionaire who's going to come to you and they're going to be very confident in themselves, in their work. They may have confidence issues elsewhere, but when it comes to their zone of genius, they will fucking kill you with their confidence. Like, they will. You will be so surprised at moments, like how much confidence it actually takes to hold big amounts of money. These people have so much power, so much confidence, so much conviction in themselves and they had to, right? If we're speaking wealthy clients, if we're speaking super wealthy clients, like, they're fucking powerful. And if you have to ask, how long should my container be? Then maybe you're not ready to lead wealthy clients. And like I said before, next level clients aren't always wealthy, like super ultra wealthy clients. Sometimes they're just like normal people making 6 or 7 figures, right? But this program is also for people who want to work with ultra wealthy people who are making millions every month. So if you are one of those people and you're sitting here thinking like, I don't know how long my program should be, reconsider. Because when you're met with someone who is a motherfucking beast and you're asking questions like, what should I deliver? Like, no, bitch, you need to get on your A game. And the reason I'm saying this is because there comes a moment when you really need to get your shit together and start trusting yourself. And this is one of those moments. And this is why you're in this program. Yes, sometimes it's a hit or miss. Like, you don't fucking know. So you just got to make a decision. Like, you know what? I think that 3 months should be enough. But like, honestly, if it's not enough, I'm going to add on a month. I'm going to tell my client, you know what? Like, initially I felt like it's 3 months, but I need another month with you. So I'm going to add it on. And then you get to decide, like, I'm just going to eat that cost because I fucking miscalculated. Or, you know, whatever the fuck you decide to do. You can tell the client, you know what? I need another month with you. And I'm like, I'm going to discount it for you. Like, I'm going to give you it at 50% off. Like, would you like to do that? Whatever you fucking decide. This is business. You have to make decisions, take risks, whatever you decide. You have to make a decision. So same goes for deliverables. Same goes for type of container. And I mapped it out for you below to give you some ideas, but I don't have your answers. Nobody had my answers. I had to make calculated risks by going on my experience, looking at past clients, looking at past programs, which I've done a fuck ton of, and being like, okay, this seemed to work on this timeline with this type of client, which I want in this container. So it makes sense to make this, I don't know, 6 months. It could be a bit long, but like, let's see. And then I did it. And then I looked at what happened. And then I pulled out the insights. And then I did it again. And basically, action creates clarity. So this is what you need to know. And if anybody tells you there's a recipe, they're fucking lying. There is no recipe. You just have to trust yourself. A big part of creating offers for honestly anybody, but really for people who are advanced, who know their shit, who are experienced, is showing up like one of them. Because if you're coaching experienced people, you better fucking be experienced. So draw from your experience. That is one of those things you need to step into. That is the vibe you need to step into. You're a fucking expert, so act like one. What are we fucking doing? Call the shots. You want to be the CEO? Fucking act like one. Show up like one. Trust yourself. Ask yourself the question, what the fuck am I doing here? What do I want to do? I am the expert. I have experience. I have led so many clients. I have made decisions. What decision are we making? Could you be wrong? Yes. Are you going to handle it? Also, yes. So let's fucking handle it. So What's important to understand is the way the offer is made is meant to support you as a mentor and the client on their journey to the result. Like, that is so important. Don't do this like, oh, I need 6 months of recurring income because I feel safe with 6 months of recurring income. So, like, I'm going to make the offer 6 months, but like the client and me, we're going to be so bored for like 5 months because we actually just need a month. Don't do stupid shit like that. Like, you need 6 months of recurring, do something else. If this offer is actually meant to be a month. You know what I mean? Like, don't do stupid shit like that. Make sure that what you're creating is actually really crafted to support you and the client in getting the result. Okay? So I want to do a quick rundown of how I look at spaces. Now, again, this is not the end all be all. Like, I am not the judge of what spaces are meant to be, right? But I hope this helps you kind of maybe look at your perception of coaching spaces a little bit differently. Maybe it gives you some ideas. Maybe it helps you with boundaries. This has been really helpful for me, like as a breakdown of what I am available and unavailable for in different kinds of coaching spaces, what I use them for, and like having mentored and taught and coached over 2,000 people, this kind of made a lot of sense when I was building out my offer suite and pivoting my offer suite multiple times. Okay. So private coaching. In private coaching, you align with my values, who I am, and how I do things in my zone of genius. You want what I'm having, so you hire me to learn how I do it. This is important. You like how I do my shit, and you want to learn from me how I do my shit. Okay? But there's always a PS when working with me. I will never force you to do shit how I do shit. But I will always have that bias because obviously you're working with me, so I will have my bias on it. I will always help you extrapolate my lessons and my stories to help you understand how you want to do your shit. Okay? The mode of transformation is mentorship in my case. I don't coach. I mentor. What's the difference? I share my story and my experiences and ways of thinking and perspectives and thoughts so you can learn from them and apply them to your own life, business, and relationships. That is my favorite thing ever to do. Coaching is more like asking questions and leading people to understand themselves better, which I have elements of coaching. I definitely do, and there's a lot of conversation, but mentorship, I really lead through like, this is what happened for me, this is what I did. This, like, I share my experience to show people, to teach people, and to help them learn from my mistakes and the things that I have done and to kind of model and embody. But I do ask questions, and I do notice patterns in people, and I do notice things that they do, and I get to know them better. And I also use a lot of intuitive methods. Like, I just see things people do, and I feel things that people are thinking and feeling. So there's a lot of intuitive things in my coaching personally. I also help people reframe. I do advisory and consulting naturally. There is a lot of advisory and consulting in my spaces, but not so much like the typical coaching. There are elements, but not so much. This will be different for every single person, right? I will help with reframing your stories and mindset shit so you can move faster, change your mind, see things more clearly, understand yourself better, figure out your way. It's all about like using my mistakes, my stories, what I've been through, shining a light on what the fuck you're doing, reframing your shit to really help you understand what the fuck you want and how you want to do it. It's all about you, right? Not about how I did it. We're just using what I did to help you understand yourself better, help you see your shit. It's how I do things, which mentorship essentially is like using my story, using my experience, my mistakes to help you like avoid stupid stuff, to help you see some of your shit, to help you understand yourself better. It's all about you. So you get into alignment, you get results you want with more ease, more quickly, drawing from my mistakes, my experience, my knowledge. I do not teach in my one-to-one. This is so important. I will not be teaching you anything in my one-to-one. I'm not going to sit down with you and explain to you strategies, how to launch. Like, fuck no, that is not what we do in one-to-one. So if you have people that you're teaching in one-to-one and you hate that, then you might want to reconsider. If there's gaps in your learning, you have access to all my offers. Like, for me, if you want to learn something, go fucking buy a course. Go buy a workshop. Go buy a masterclass. Like, I am not repeating myself in my one-to-one if I already recorded something that you can just listen to. My one-to-one time is too precious for me to repeat myself to people for the money that I charge for one-to-one. That is just ridiculous. It's a waste of time and money and energy on both our accounts. Like, so I do not teach in one-to-one. If there are gaps in your learning, this is why you have access to all my offers when you work with me one-to-one. Not because like I'm justifying the six-figure price point for my one-to-one. It's because if you have a gap, go fucking listen to a masterclass. I am not wasting my time and your time that you paid six figures for to fucking teach you shit. It's just ridiculous, right? So I am a big advocate for not teaching in one-to-one, because you can teach something once and then people can buy it forever on repeat. Why would you teach people one by one in one-to-one? That just doesn't make any sense to me. I advise, I consult, I mentor, I give personalized guidance. So personalized guidance, yes, but teaching concepts, fuck no. So mastermind, mini mind, very similar with a slight twist. Okay, so it's also about aligning with values. You like who I am, how I do things. This is non-negotiable. You have got to be aligned with my values, with who I am, how I do things. In my zone of genius, you want what I'm having. You thrive. You have to thrive in a group setting where other people are going where you're going. You feel motivated, supported, and seen when other people are also experiencing what you're experiencing. So you want to have that group experience. And the mode of transformation is mentorship and the group dynamic. So I'm also sharing my stories. I'm sharing my experiences, ways of thinking, perspectives, and thoughts, so you can learn from them and apply them to your life and your business and relationships. But you're also watching other people and listening to other people doing the same thing. Other people are also sharing. So you can see yourself in other people, and this helps you transform and see things differently and learn. You can also practice, because people tend to mentor themselves in masterminds a little bit and share advice and talk to each other. And you can also watch and listen to me mentor others and learn from that. So there's a lot of group dynamic going on that really helps people transform a lot quicker. But we're also doing this, like, you're getting into alignment, you're understanding shit, you're getting more clear. There's a lot of mentorship. I don't teach in my masterminds. I'm not going to teach you shit. Yes, I will advise, I will consult, I will mentor, I will give you personalized guidance, but I'm not going to teach you. You can go to my offer, to my workshop, to my masterclass to do that. So in a mastermind, there's that added element of the group dynamic inside. In a group program, you also have to align with my values, who I am, and how I do things in my zone of genius. But here, the goal is a bit different. So the main mode of transformation is teaching, and there is some mentorship, and there is some group dynamics. So a group program is like a little bit of all the things. So in a group program, you want to learn a specific skill that you have seen me master. You know, I've mastered the skill, and you want an opportunity for some personalized guidance during the program. But you understand this isn't a space where you'll have one-to-one access to me. This isn't a high proximity mastermind. There will be an unlimited number of people in this space who will also be learning alongside of you. And your access to personalized guidance will be limited to a specific topic we're covering inside the program. And there will be a time frame for asking your questions. So people, honestly, the way people lead group programs and the way I've led group programs in the past is just ridiculous. Like, people make group programs like literally one-to-one coaching in a Facebook group. Or like a mastermind for $1,000 or $2,000. It's ridiculous. Like, group programs are, to me, like, you want to learn a skill that I have mastered. I am showing you how to do that. There is an opportunity to get some guidance. Like, there's a Q&A or maybe a feedback thread. Like, it really depends how you want to do it. But this is not one-to-one coaching. You don't get to ask me every single day for fucking months and months things about your entire business, your life. You don't get to do that. You can ask me about what we're studying in the program, but like that's where it ends. Like, there's boundaries around that. And I think people really miss the mark with this, and they create group programs where people ask you everything, and then you wonder, like, why is nobody joining my mastermind? Why is nobody buying one-to-one? Because you just gave everything away in a $2,000 group program to people who literally just like squeezed you like a lemon, and then you wonder why you're burnt out and why you are getting the wrong clients. Because you're giving everything away in a fucking group program. And the group program literally feels like a mastermind, and everybody has access to everything, and everybody's asking you everything. And people have a lot of like beef with coaches who don't answer questions in Facebook groups in a group program. Like they're not answering. Well, why the fuck would they? You came to the group program to learn a specific skill. There is a designated time to ask your questions. This is not a high ticket mastermind. This is not one-to-one. You came to learn a fucking skill. Learning a skill from someone who has mastered it costs a lot of money. That person probably took years to learn it. You're getting it in modules that are sorted for you, and everything is done like this is exactly what you need to know in order and how to apply it for a few $1,000s. Like, dude, that's why it costs money, because it took me years and trial and error and mistakes and fuck tons of money and energy and time. You're getting it on a silver platter. And you want coaching and mentorship and one-to-one support and like guidance on all the shit in your life and business and fucking whatever else. Like, no. So this is one of the most abused spaces in coaching. Like, people really don't understand what the fuck a group program is about. A group program is basically a bunch of people in a space who want to learn a skill with some opportunity for guidance at a designated time. And people turn this into a circus where people feel like they have the entitlement to want one-to-one coaching, like mentorship, fucking like 24/7 access, Facebook group, whatever else, Zoom calls that go on for hours. No. This is one of the most poorly led spaces in the coaching industry, group programs. Most abused spaces by entitled clients. And this is where the most energetic cleanup needs to happen in most businesses, because a lot of energies are sucked dry in group programs. And group programs are fantastic. I love group programs, but the way you run them can really be a game changer or can really fuck your business up. So this is something to look at. So inside a group program, I will break down a specific skill or set of skills using like video, audio, text, or a combination of all, either live or pre-recorded or both. I will include the energetic mindset side, the practical application, which is important to me, like the how, because you're learning a skill. So you need to know how. And you also need the energetic mindset side, the real life example story, which is the mentorship piece. And there's an opportunity to ask for personal guidance during the program. Okay. But there's a designated space for that. And you're asking about what we're working on inside the program, not about everything fucking else. If you want everything fucking else, you get into the mastermind space, you get into the private coaching space. And then we have an online course, workshop, masterclass, which is like, you have to align with my values. That is non-negotiable for every space. Who I am and how I do things in my zone of genius. The main mode of transformation is teaching. And in my case, it's always mentorship, because I'm always going to be sharing some sort of story. This could be different for you. You want to learn a specific skill that I have mastered. This is, for me, courses, workshops, and masterclasses. Like, I'm teaching you a skill. I'm not coaching you. I'm not mentoring you. Well, mentorship is like the stories I'm sharing, but like I'm leading with like, I'm teaching you a skill. You want to learn something that, you know, I've mastered. Let me teach you that. And you understand this is not a space where you'll have one-to-one access. This is not a space where you've got high proximity to me. This is not a mastermind. There is no personal guidance in this space. Like, it doesn't include coaching or mentorship that is like direct. There's an unlimited number of people in this space who are learning alongside of you. And I'm going to be breaking down a specific skill or set of skills. There's going to be video, audio, text, whatever I decide makes sense. And there is no access to personalized guidance, coaching, or mentorship. And yes, some coaches will include like a Q&A so you can get a taste of what it's like, etc. Like, this could be a strategy like masterclass and there's a Q&A session. Yes, you could do that with the right boundaries so that you set the boundaries from the get-go. This is important. But generally speaking, you've got to train your clients how to treat you. And most people can't do that correctly. which is why we've got like $37 masterclasses that go on for 60 million days with like 50 billion Q&As where people feel like they can get everything from you for below $100. And then people wonder like, why am I not attracting high level clients? Because a high level client would never expect access below $100. And if you gave that, they'd be like, well, the quality of that access is probably shit because it's so cheap. And we're going to go into more of that in the pricing module, like when it comes to like perception and positioning with price and all the things. But you have to remember the high level client expects to pay for access. They expect to pay for proximity, and they understand that different modalities, like different offers, different spaces are for different things. And this is so important to understand. So I hope this breakdown makes some things clearer for you, hopefully helps you think about offers in a different way and kind of understand how you want to create offers. And every single offer, like every single offer type can be made for a high-level client. But you have to understand that each offer needs to be designated for a specific purpose. And your high-level client understands that and doesn't expect a group program to be a mastermind. It doesn't expect one-to-one access to you in an online course. And it's okay to set those boundaries, and it's actually necessary to set those boundaries to attract the right people into your offers, which is so important when you're creating them.